Salvia divinorum is a plant that many know as sage. But this sage is not the spices you use to cook with. Salvia, as many have shortened it, is a natural plant that has long since been known to create visions in the user's mind. This plant is just over a meter high and has incredibly large leaves as well. Sometimes you can find white or purple flowers growing on the stems as well. Damiana is a small shrub-style plant that has numerous flowers that give off very aromatic smells. This plant is usually mixed into a tea form, but it can also be made into a sugary form as well. It is said that the aromatic smells caused by the plant give a relaxed feeling almost immediately. Another form that this plant can be made into is incense. The incense gives off the smell, causing the calming effect as well. Damiana is also be used. This plant is also known as sacred blue lily. Its origins come from the Nile River and many other locations in East Africa. Many refer to this plant as the spike plant, not just because of its blue and white spiked petals, but because it is said to give the same type of effects as a sedative, yet also increase your conscious awareness. It is said that your sense will be heightened and at the same time you feel a sense of peace and tranquility. These days, the effects of blue lotus can be felt through many teas, wines, and martinis. This particular plant also has the distinction of being called lion's tail. This name definitely comes from the fact that the tips of this plant look exactly like lions' tails. Drying the leaf and smoking them can cause effects that are very calming and soothing. There are a number of things that can result from smoking wild Daga, like irritation of the lungs and throat, dizziness, euphoria, and changes in your vision. It is not known just how many side effects can actually come from smoking this plant, but the list seems to keep growing rapidly. Also known as Channa, this plant originates from South Africa. This is a plant that has been around for literally thousands of years. As far back as records show, this plant was used as a mood-changing substance. There are many ways in which this plant has been consumed. In earlier times, the plant was crushed and then chewed, like chewing tobacco, and the saliva was then swallowed. These days you can find many forms of this plant with teas and certain gel caps that are predominantly made. This plant, like many others, gives you a very calmed effect and is said that any presence of stress is eliminated quickly. In higher doses, it is believed that this plant can cause a state of euphoria. Nutmeg has been a plant that has been around for quite a number of years. This plant is not just used in making foods, but it also has many hallucinogenic qualities when in different forms. The seeds that are produced by this plant are actually the cause of these qualities. Just eating a few of these seeds can almost instantly give you a state of euphoria. While this feeling may seem good at the time, there are some side effects to this that not many people have been able to stand. Severe cases of nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea have all been linked to the eating of nutmeg seeds in large quantities. After trying to sleep this one off, you may still feel some effects like extreme tiredness, even if you just woke up from a great night's sleep. In some people, insomnia has formed.